friend from Ireland that I lived with when I was in Washington, D.C. We got on a metro together one day, and there's an African-American gentleman next to us, and my friend, with this really thick Irish accent, just starts engaging him around race relations in the U.S. And I cringed because you don't just engage people randomly, strangers on the subway, in this conversation. But he was a very, stereotypically Irish, very engaging and very social and whatever. And he was saying, I don't understand, we're watching a boxing match and the announcer is going through pains to say the man in the white shorts and the man in the green striped shorts, and why didn't he just say the black man and the white man? And so my friend is having this conversation, and it ended up being one of the more interesting, though brief, interactions about race relations in this country. When I lived in Burundi, I would ask about the ethnic divisions between Hutu and Tutsi that led to a genocide next door in Rwanda, in ways with a freedom that is just taboo for people within the community. Now, each of our communities has taboos based on our own historical pains. I think one of the challenging things for us right now is, as the world is becoming more interrelated and interdependent, are we all supposed to become more sensitive to one another's taboos? When media in one country gets suddenly spun off and spread all over the world and sparks real hurt and pain in another region, maybe even violent riots, how can we deal with that kind of world? Well, at Soliya, the nonprofit organization that I'm managing right now, really what we're trying to do fundamentally is combine two things. One is new media technologies and the unprecedented connectivity of new media technologies. The other thing that we're trying to then bring together with that is tried and true, proven processes for cross-cultural relationship building and conflict resolution. One of the difficult things with new media technologies is they spread really well and we can access all kinds of diversity through them. But if you look at how people use them, oftentimes people aren't using them to connect with difference. People are using them to subscribe to news feeds that reinforce their preconceived notions and their biases. Well, what we believe at Soliya is if you can connect the unprecedented connectivity of new media and the breadth of reach that it enables with processes, proven processes for facilitating constructive conversation, then you have something really powerful. You have the combination of breadth and depth. And so we're experimenting with a number of ways of how you bring those two things together. I would love to have proliferation of avenues for us to talk about our differences openly and truthfully with one another, but within the boundaries of some minimum level of respect for one another, just as human beings, if nothing else. It's paradoxical, but people are best able to engage with difference when they have a strong sense of their own identity. And I don't think you push people into engaging with others by denigrating who they are. I think the exact opposite is true. You need to hear where people are, what's important to them, what they value, what their hopes are, what their fears are. And only with those kinds of things in mind do you go about trying to facilitate connections between people that could be constructive. What I feel inside, in my heart, in my soul, when I'm engaged in really fostering a connection across cultures or across deep divides, it's when I feel most human. If I'm really engaged and effectively helping people to understand one another's differences or come to an understanding, even if they still disagree with one another, but now they no longer hate each other, they understand where each other's coming from, I never look back and regret those moments. I always look back on those moments with a real sense of satisfaction and a desire to do more of it.